During the JP Livestream for the Worldwide Dokkan Battle Celebration, the Dokkan Producers gave us so much more info that they didn't even touch on in the Dokkan Now for Global. And I feel like there's a lot of info here. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. They also talk about the 8th anniversary. So let's dive in. First up, they were asked, how long do characters typically take to create? To which they answered, characters typically take 6 months from conception to actually releasing. So I feel like we've known for a while that they have a roadmap, the way they're going to release these. So anytime you feel like one feels rushed, it's probably not rushed. The reference material maybe just was bad, or maybe they just didn't think it was worth the effort. I don't know. But by the time we've seen these have been in development based on what they said here, at least 6 months. And we've heard they could be as much as 12 months out, especially for things like anniversary and big celebrations. Now, the thing I thought was cool is they actually broke down the process. So when determining a character that they're going to release in Dokkan, they start with deciding the rarity first. Then they build the actual kits and start working on animations. And during animations, they decide certain points of interest that they're going to actually emphasize, which you can tell in a lot of characters that don't have a ton of reference material. There are very specific shots that look like they really emphasize that one shot. And then the rest of it is just kind of I think this is very notable in units like Raditz and a few others. And we've also known this for a while, but the producer actually admitted live on stream that they do take inspiration from other Dragon Ball Z games. I'd say one of the most notable ones, of course, is the STR Super Vegito from 2 years ago. That is so clearly from Kakarot, and there's been plenty of others. Next up, they got the infamous question, who would have thought Dragon Ball Super Superhero, where are the characters? To which they answered, they are in the process of creating them now. They do expect the release of a third part to the movie Celebration. If you're like, wait, Nano, third part? Technically right now, in the order of parts, the Dragon Ball Super Superhero Gohan, the free-to-play AGL character that released, was part 1. Part 2 of the celebration would then be the Cell Max event. Part 3 would then be officially releasing gacha characters, which they said live on stream they anticipate these characters to release by the end of 2022. I would like to think it is going to happen before that. I personally think it might be the October slot, at least on Japan, because in October we always get a DFE at the beginning, an LR in the middle, and then like a DFE at the end. Then mid-November we get the Super Dragon Ball Heroes collaboration. End of November we get another Dokkan Festival exclusive, and then right before the holidays it's when we get the sort of double rising carnival banner. Last year was the LR Gohan and Trunks, and then for New Year's we get a dual Dokkan Fest. So it could be the dual Dokkan Fest, I don't know. And then we get nothing in January until the end for the actual anniversary itself. So I really think the perfect slot for a superhero collaboration right now, if it isn't like crazy, is probably October. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, they answered this, anticipate before the end of 2022. And the next question they asked is, have you liked the video and have you subscribed? Because over 40% of you watch and don't sub. What? Next up, they were asked, how long in advance do they typically build out their events? Getting into events like Cell Max, events like Red Zone, how are they anticipating the release of certain characters on the build up to those events? And they answered that they typically take 6 months to a year in advance to start building out new events, which isn't surprising why a unit like Maj and Vegeta felt a little underwhelming at launch, and now he's such a key character to actually beating Cell Max 5 months later. Another interesting question they asked is, are they going to increase the amount of stages that can be used to raise link levels? They added this function and then they expect us to go just play the story mode. It just felt weird. And the producer replied that they can't talk about it right now, but they do have plans to release more stages that are specific for link leveling. And now to their most asked question. Can you guess what it is before I say it? To which they replied with a very disappointing answer. As of right now, they're looking into adding a search function, which could be good. When you pull in friends for your friend system, it's a very set amount. And of course, it doesn't pull new friends in until you've went into an event and cycled back out. A search function could alleviate some of that very small pool of characters each time you go in. But their answer beyond adding a search function is that they're still currently trying to figure out a solution to the friend system. When the solution already exists in a brother/sister game, One Piece Treasure Cruise. That game just recently added a function where you can just clone a copy of yourself for the friend. Why can't we just do that in this game? You don't even need friend points right now. They haven't done anything with friend points in like 4 years or something. There's so many teams you cannot use because you don't have a good friend lead for them. You already know this. Also, I'm going on about it, but the most asked question, and we got the most lackluster answer. Just let us clone ourselves. It'll do so much. Next up, again, not mentioned on the Dokkan Now for Global, unless I missed it. The producer mentioned that given the theme of part 1, you can guess the theme for part 2. Obviously, that means it's going to be Return of Cooler themed. If it's not, then I don't know why they made that comment. Now, we had it revealed that part 1 and part 2 are the same structure. One Dokkan Festival exclusive unit, and then one Carnival Legendary Summon unit. So my guess is they're going to flip it, and that will have an LR Goku and Vegeta in some way, whether it's a duo unit, revival unit. I actually think there's a lot more animations we don't have in Dokkan right now from Return of Cooler than in Cooler's Revenge. Honestly, I'm more excited for that than I am even Cooler's Revenge, if you can believe it. And lastly, the thing we're all here for, and I can't even believe they said this live on stream, but they were asked about the 8th anniversary, to which they announced some sort of in-person 8th anniversary event happening in Japan. They better do one over here in the US. I know not obviously everyone of y'all that watch are just here in the US, but they need to do one in the US too. Let me know right now, would you go to a global Dokkan event somewhere here in the US? Say yes, you would. And then maybe they'll see it and then yes. But they asked him, can you give us a hint at the 8th anniversary characters? To which he actually gave us one, and it's crazy. He said the main characters of the 8th anniversary have not appeared as main characters of an anniversary ever before. So hear me out. I think it's going to be a Gohan and Piccolo from Superhero, and this is why. Just for a quick refresher of who that means cannot be part of the anniversary. First anniversary was Janemba and Super Gogeta. Second anniversary was Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Third anniversary were the LR Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta that fused into Super Vegito, and the LR Angel Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta that fused into Super Gogeta. Then the fourth anniversary is when things got super spicy, because we got Super Saiyan 4 Goku and then LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, followed up for the first time ever by a top banner, which gave us 2 more LRs, LR Super Baby 2 and the LR GT Trio. Then for the 5th anniversary, we got LR Gogeta and LR Vegito, followed by a top banner with the LR Rose and the LR Broly, Chila, and Limo. Then during the 6th anniversary, LR UI Goku and the LR Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, followed by a top banner with the LR Android 17 and Universe 7, and the LR Golden Frieza and Android 17. And finally, from this year, still fresh in all of our minds, LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta that fuse into an LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and an LR Super Saiyan God Goku and Vegeta that go up to a Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, as well as, of course, the Grade 8 Vegeta and the Kaioken Goku. I was speaking with Truth, and he said it could be a Kid Goku and a DKP. Now, I think that goes against what he said. The characters have never been a part of an anniversary. I guess if you're doing some mental gymnastics to get to the fact that Kid Goku is not Goku, what? That's still a Goku. Now, my guess is that this part 3 of the crossover campaign that they're talking about is probably just going to be one character. And my guess is it's not even going to be, spoilers, I really don't think we get Orange Piccolo or Beast Gohan or Cell Max as a playable character at any point in time in the remainder of this year. And I know it sounds crazy to make the 8th anniversary already about the superhero units. Listen, I know some of you are going to disagree with me right now and say, no, Kid Goku's way different than regular Goku, but he's still Goku. Like, why would he say that if it's still just going to be Goku? That makes no sense to me at all. And I also think some of you will probably say Kid Goku and DKP couldn't be headliners for an anniversary. Also, I think the pool of Dragon Ball, at least over here in the West, is nowhere near anything from Z, Super, or GT. It just isn't. Some of y'all might be crazy Dragon Ball heads, and that's totally fine. But as far as the general public and the audience that Dokkan really broadly advertises to and stuff like that, Kid Goku and a DKP are just not hype enough. However, there's one key detail here that has totally changed everything, and that is the way they're doing what I'm presuming every main celebration moving forward. This change right now happening worldwide, I imagine, is going to move forward into the anniversary. And instead of it being part 1 is your dual Dokkan Fest LRs, part 2 is this top banner that is 2 units you really want and a bunch of trash for the rest of it. By the way, I'm not saying that the Carnival banner is the best thing they've done ever, because it's just not. There's so many layers to it that are just like, why? But we're definitely not out here defending top banner. Top banners were garbage. I can't even believe people are defending the top banners. Yeah, it's cool that the 2 LRs were on one banner, but they were surrounded by a ton of trash. Not to mention, it's so difficult to get one of those specific LRs. Shout out to the 1 out of 2 million that got both LRs in the same multi. I don't think I've ever done that once yet. in the what, like 3.5 years that they've been a thing. A shout out to you that did it once, okay? I personally would rather have the carnival banner over a top banner, but it's more like pick your poison. Neither one of them are good, okay? But that is the new standard, I'm assuming, moving forward. So they could absolutely do a DKP and a Kid Goku. I don't know how that gymnastics get to this would be. Still also do superhero characters, because we're in the middle of a celebration that is literally doing part 1 movie 5, part 2 movie 6. Like, I mean, that's almost, I don't know, that's nearly unheard of. Now I will say, had he not have said this, my main pick for 8th anniversary was Vegito. Plain and simple, I thought it would be some form of Vegito, and I still, copium, thought we might get a Broly as well. And it could be movie themed, but at that point, while full power Broly hasn't been, or Super Saiyan Broly hasn't been a part of an anniversary, Broly as a character has, because Broly Chila Limo. So I truly believe it's superhero, but obviously it could not be. Who do you think it is if it's not superhero? Who is anniversary worthy? That's not Goku, that's not Vegeta, that's not Gogeta, that's not Vegito. Like, where are we going with it? Honestly, one last thing, they could do Cell, Gohan. I'm literally talking Cell Saga. I'm talking Z. And then as one of the parts, whichever one it is, they then do Piccolo, Gohan, or something of that nature. This new structure of celebrations, presuming this is what they're doing moving forward, is going to change a lot of how they handle these, and it's going to be very interesting moving forward. I'm just incredibly interested in seeing what all happens. I just can't fathom who is going to step in the shoes of a Goku, a Vegeta, or a Fusion and maintain that hype, if not the brand new stuff, unless, last caveat before this video ends, the anime is back at that time, at which point, even if they go with Moro arc, it's still going to be a Goku, so that still doesn't make sense. Gohan and Piccolo and a Cell and a Gammas and all of those, to me personally, are only things that make sense to carry an anniversary where apparently they're not going to be a Goku, Vegeta, or a Fusion. I'm sorry, it's the only thing that makes sense to me. Anyways, that's the video. See you on the next one. Bye.